Viewers, to start off with, Yathindra, the son of Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, finds himself in the midst of a little bit of a controversy after a video of him talking over the phone has gone viral. Now, during a People's Connect event in Mysuru, Yathindra here was caught on camera. He was conversing with his father about a certain list. Now, in the viral video, Yathindra instructs his father to hand over the phone to another individual. It seems like his name is Mahadev. Now, Yathindra can then be heard directing this individual to include only 4 or 5 that he had recommended. It's not clear whether Yathindra is referring to names or anything else. So let's listen into what exactly this conversation was about.
ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಇದು ಯಾವುದು ಕೊಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಯಾರ ಮಾದೇವ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಕೊಡಿ ಆ ಮಾದೇವ್ ನಾನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದೇ 5 ಕೊಡಿ ಅದು ಹಲೋ ಮಾದೇವ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ಕೊಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಲಿಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಬೇಡ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಡ ನಾನು ಯಾವ್ದು 4-5 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ
This, the opposition to JDS and the BJP in Karnataka were very quick to jump onto this issue. JDS leader and former Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy has alleged that this is a cash for transfer scam. Meanwhile, the BJP has even demanded Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's resignation over the matter, claiming long-standing corruption, and they of course repeated their ATM Sarkara charge against the state Congress government. Let's listen to these reactions of H.D. Kumaraswamy and also Dr. Ashwath Narayan from the BJP.
Mahadev is OSD. He is an ordinary labor inspector. From labor inspector to he promoted to sub-registrar, misusing his office. Previous chief minister. Now he is OSD in chief minister's office. Definitely he will not going to leave it. Karnataka had some governance time. Every government have followed some actually seriousness and good governance we had here. But this government, what is going on from last 5 months? From the day one, I expressed several incidents about the transfer collection. They have taken it very lightly. Today it has opened to every man.
Will you file any case against him?
Let us see, brother.
Whatever allegation earlier Mr. Kumaraswamy had made YST, so YST has come true. Now they have been caught red-handed with the proof how the Mr. Yathindra has been functioning, though he had no right to misuse, abuse the power or the position of his father. The chief minister should answer, the Congress party should answer, the government should answer. This is how the government, Congress government has been functioning, looting ATM Sarkar.
ಬಹಳ ಇದು 15 ಇರಬೇಕು. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ದಂಧೆ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹಿಂದೆನೂ ಕೂಡ ಯತೀಂದ್ರ ಅವರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಆಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಥರ ದಂಧೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ಏನು ಬಂದಿದೆ ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೂಡಲೇ ತನಿಖೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು.
While the opposition's charge, of course, is coming in thick and fast, now Yathindra's father, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, came out in staunch defense of his son, asserting that the list pertained to funds that have been earmarked for the renovation of schools in Varuna constituency, which he represents. Now, Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar too hit back at the opposition, terming them as just desperate to come up with this issue.
ಕೊಡಪ್ಪ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಡ ಯಾರು ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಗ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ದುಡ್ಡಿನ ಕಚ್ಚಾರನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನ್ ಬೇರೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಏನ್ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು ವರ್ಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು CSR ಫಂಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ, CSR ಫಂಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಈಸ್ ಎ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಆಶ್ರಯ ಕಮಿಟಿ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, XMLA. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿರೋದು. ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ವರ್ಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ದುಡ್ಡು ನನ್ನ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ತಕ್ಕಂಡು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ರಾಜಕೀಯದಿಂದ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಆಶ್ರಯ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ಗೆ ಬೇರೊಬ್ಬ MLAಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ಬೆನಿಫಿಷರೀಸ್ನ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳ ದಂಧೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಲಂಚ, ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದಾರಾ ಇಂಥ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿ ಇಂಥ ಪೋಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾರಾ? ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ಲೀಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಲೀಡರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿ ಅವರು. ನಮ್ಮ ಹುಡುಗನ ಲೀಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. CMಗೆ 40 ವರ್ಷದ ರಾಜಕಾರಣದ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ಇದೆ. CMಗೆ ಏನು ಇವ್ರ ಮಾತೇನು ಕೇಳಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. BJP ಒಂದು ದಳದವ್ರ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಹತಾಶರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಡಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
See what allegations he is making about Mahadev, I'm really not aware. So if Mahadev has been promoted or is working in the CM office, there's a provision, there's act. According to the rules and regulations, they might have done it. So the whole issue is of this video which has been erupted now, which has come into daylight, which I saw now. So CM has already clarified where is question of transfer. He's not speaking about transfer. That's what even I saw the video. He's not speaking anything about related to transfer. I know Kumarana quite a long time now, so he's been making allegations from day one since we came into the government. So obviously, as an opposition, they have to make allegations, but there has to be some base.
Well, let me open this up. Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda from the BJP is with us. Bhavya Narasimha Murthy from the Congress. Imran Pasha from the JDS. Vijay Grover, senior journalist, also joining us today. Let me take this question across first to the JDS, because Mr. H.D. Kumaraswamy, of course, has been leading this charge. Mr. Imran Pasha, a lot of explanations have come in from the Chief Minister, from the Deputy Chief Minister. Are you convinced?
I should be, not only me, the entire public of Karnataka should be convinced. And welcome to the new regime of YST, Yathindra Siddaramaiah tax, which came immediately after the Congress government formed the Congress party formed the government in Karnataka. This is YST tax. Earlier, we claimed that there is a new tax is going on around the corner, everywhere, in every field. Let it be a contractor, or let it be a transfer, or appointing a new, or starting any new work, any development work. For everything, there is a new tax, there is a new policy which has been implemented in the Congress party of Karnataka. This is the first step, this is the beginning, and this is what the evidence, what we were talking about, what we were telling about. The evidence came directly from the public program where Yathindra Siddaramaiah ji was holding a program with the public of the Varuna Kshetra. What he is telling that, and the Congress party, Congress supporters are telling that was a meeting for the development of the constituency. And the one which he is talking to his father, Mr. Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Siddaramaiah ji, that is entirely a different topic, something related to some building or CSR fund. It is not about the transfer related or anything related. Then whom he is mentioning as Mahadevappa, who is Vivekananda? These all things needs to be clarified clearly. I request the central government and the central authority to conduct a deep investigation. No one is Ebola. Even if he's a son of a chief minister, if he's committing any kind of sin, then definitely there should be an action. And the law of India, the law of our country should be implemented on everyone.
Okay, quickly, Bhavya, respond to that. Because, we've had the Chief Minister clarify, we've had the Deputy Chief Minister clarify, who also says he's a part of the KDB program. The Chief Minister, of course, has put out an extensive tweet as well. But the JDS says there's more than what meets the eye in this particular case.
Minister himself has come out. He has given a clarity to Mr. Vivekananda, which the JDS spokesperson was just speaking about. He is the BO of Varuna constituency. And he had requested for 5 government schools, which were in some, which had some infrastructural problems, to be fixed. To the Chief Minister's office, to the Varuna constituency MLA. A formal request. That's Mr. Vivekananda. He's the BO of the constituency that they were speaking about. And he has even given the list of schools that was submitted by this BO to the Chief Minister's office. See, when it comes to politics, we understand you need an issue to, criticize the ruling government. But if you choose such frivolous issues and lie about it, I think somewhere Mr. Kumaraswamy is losing his credibility with the people of Karnataka, because before this, he has made such many baseless allegations. And sometimes he even showed some pen drive saying, I have all the evidence here and I'm going to give it when time comes. I don't know why it's been months and still the time hasn't come for, the ex-chief minister, Mr. Kumaraswamy, to give us the evidence as a government, or even give you people, the media, the evidence that he has against the ministers of our government. Such baseless allegation, trust me, it might be momentarily, Mr. Kumaraswamy might think that this will affect, or, that the government will lose credibility. But when the truth comes out, it's the JDS party, which has already lost its, presence in Karnataka, is going to get damaged really bad. I think there should be an end to this. Let them at least come up with something substantial, with some evidence. Why such baseless allegation on a daily basis? And I honestly believe, why he has come up with this.
I'll go to Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda.
Because yesterday,
Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda, see the charge from the Congress this is not today's charge. What Bhavya is mentioning, we've heard from multiple, leaders of the Congress who all maintain that most of the charges that you're making these days are frivolous because you don't have real issues to pick on. Your response?
Also,
more often than not, the recently formed Congress dispensation is in news for all the wrong reasons. Now the corruption and factionalism is deeply ingrained in the work culture. It is both bottom up and the top down. At all the levels, there is a rampant corruption. Now it has come to the daylight. And they've promised so many freebies. They're able to implement, or partially able to implement, few freebies, and most of the freebies have not seen the light of the day. It is totally condemnable. The person who is of the stature of a chief minister, who is under the radar for all the bad reasons, for all the wrong reasons, now he is under the radar for the cash for postings. It is totally unpopular. Now he has to prove his innocence, if at all, if he is. The so-called the champion of the social justice, the so-called the Yathindra leader, the so-called the secular leader, he is under the radar for all the wrong reasons. Now he has to prove his innocence, otherwise he has to tender his resignation.
Okay, I'm going to go back to Mr. Pasha here because I'm reading this extensive tweet of the Chief Minister where he says that there is insecurity from Mr. H.D. Kumaraswamy in politics. He's trying to paint a negative picture of his political opponents, pick on the son here for no reason whatsoever, and he makes it very clear that this was. The same has been with respect to the recent public phone conversation between me and my son about the development of schools in Varuna constituency. Now, this is a detailed answer. Now, the question that comes up here, Mr. Pasha, is that there has been, somewhere a political tug-of-war of sorts happening between the Congress and the JDS, especially Mr. Kumaraswamy at the helm of affairs, after what happened post-Diwali. With the power issue that came up, the tweet came from the Congress that, Mr. Kumaraswamy stole power, the explanation come in. So, some of the Congress leaders are even saying that this is a desperate attempt to rebut or, get back at the Congress party.
No, before answering to your questions, Deepak, just answer it to me. If Congress party is in power, if Mr. Siddaramaiah ji is in power and D.K. Shivakumar ji is in power, it means that no opposition party or opposition leader should raise question or should ask anything. If something is if something is not happening properly or accurately, is there any kind of policy where wherever the Congress government forms the government, the opposition should not be there? From the day one when Congress government came into the power, if someone is there are contractors who were protesting, there are laborers who are protesting. If someone raises their voice, they always tell that since just because Congress government is in power, these people are doing like this. And Kumaraswamy lost the seats and they got very less seats. That's the reason Kumaraswamy is acting like this. We are in the opposition. It's our responsibility. It's our duty. If something is happening, if something is not happening properly, if for the government, for what Karnataka people have elected them with the highest majority, if they are failing to do their duties, then definitely we will question. We will also the representative of the people. People
Okay, I'm going to
elected
question
us
them. I'll
also
bring in
and
Mr.
kept
Grover.
to
He's
be
been
there
very
in the
patient
opposition.
listening to these political,
like
statements that are being made. Mr. Grover, from a neutral perspective, when you look at a video like
And
this
one
with the
more
kind of
thing,
audio that has
and one
surfaced
more
and the
thing,
explanations
and
that have
one
come
more
in,
thing I would
how
like
do you
to
really?
point-
I'll come back to you,
and
Mr.
one more
Pasha. How do you
thing I
really
would like to-
read this, Mr. Grover? I'll come back to you, Mr. Pasha. Hold on.
I think one thing that comes out very clear in this is the ad hoc way in which the government functions. I'm surprised that, Yathindra tried to flaunt his clout by picking up the phone in the middle of so many people to make a request for transfer, the posting, or whatever. Whatever was the motive, we do not know. What it was just to maybe impress his party workers or the constituency leaders that look, I have this clout and I can pick up the phone and I can speak to somebody and do this and whatever may be the perception that people have, he just wanted to show that he's the boss as far as this thing is concerned. So this ad hocism is what is at question over here, that nobody has the right to decide, call the shots the way Yathindra is seen as doing. And this is not the first time that he's got into any kind of a controversy where he's seen as a super CM or the man behind the chief minister or somebody who can call the shots on behalf of his father. So this is something which has become a tendency, and that tendency is reflecting badly on the chief minister and also the government, the way it functions. Now, very clearly, we don't know what were the motives or the benefits of the particular postings that he's been speaking about. But at the end of the day, one thing is very clear, is that Yathindra's behavior in public is something which is very, very questionable. Questionable to the fact that, nobody, even if he's an ex-MLA, has the right to just pick up the phone and dictate that, I want this done and this has to be done and other things cannot be done. The government should not function. There are procedures, there are protocols, and there are rules which, on which the government runs. And I'm surprised that, nobody is questioning this. There may be motives or, it's a political fight, but the fact is, the way this government functions, that stands exposed over here.
Yeah, this was, of course, part 2 of what we were going to discuss. While, of course, there has been deliberation about the conversation in itself and what it reveals. Now, Bhavya, you'll have to respond on the aspect that Mr. Grover touched on upon. Does Mr. Yathindra, just because he's the son of a chief minister, have the right to actually, request for, or I'm not going to say transfers, I'm not going to say, CSR for schools, I'm not going to get into the, nitty-gritties of the conversation at all. To pick up these kind of, phones and make these kind of calls in front of a huge packed crowd there, show his clout. Does that really, fare well for the Congress party, which of course in the past has been accusing Mr. B.S. Yedurappa and saying that Mr. Vijayendra was working as a super CM at that point in time. Well, how does this reflect on your party now?
Mr. Yathindra is the chairperson of Varuna constituency's Ashraya committee and the KTP. So, under that capacity, when 5 of the schools have requested for some assistance in fixing its infrastructure.
How many such chairmen are able to call the chief minister directly because he's the son? He's entitled to certain privileges, but how he uses them, especially in public, it's of course going to put out an image, isn't it, Bhavya?
Under the capacity of a chairperson of the Ashraya committee and the KTP. He's doing that under his capacity and he's restricted himself to Varuna constituency in the absence of chief minister in the constituency.
So you're telling me that any other chairperson would have been able to call the chief minister directly, pick up the call and do it in front of a packed crowd?
Sorry?
If it was any other person who was the chairperson here, if it was anybody else who was the chairperson here, would he be able to pick up his phone and call the chief minister directly is my question.
Okay. Chief Minister has very clearly said that Mr. Yathindra is taking care of the day-to-day affairs of the constituency in the absence of Chief Minister. And when something important regarding the constituency has come, he has reached out to the chief minister, and the chief minister has spoken about it, because he's taking care of the constituency from which the chief minister is being elected. That's the reason he has direct contact, not just because he's the son of a chief minister. It's as clear as that. If he was a chairperson of some other constituency, I don't think chief minister would have been related directly to the day-to-day affair of that constituency, or he would have even called the chief minister. He's taking care of his constituency, particularly because chief minister has much more work here, his constituency, so that the people of the constituency won't suffer. Mr. Yathindra is taking care of it. And let me make this another point that you also brought up. This particular baseless allegation has been started today only to deviate and save Mr. Kumaraswamy from this embarrassment of, drawing power from a public electric pole for his Diwali celebration of his house, where an FIR has been filed, and the whole media was after it, and it was very embarrassing for the ex-chief minister, where he had to come out and regret in public. Now he just wants to deviate, so he comes out and brings some baseless allegation over some, video where he's talking to the chief minister regarding a day-to-day affair of a constituency and blowing this out of proportion. Even after the chief minister comes out and gives a complete explanation for all of this. And I think this is the new level.
But Bhavya, even after the FIR, the posters as well came in. Well, after the FIR, the posters as well came in calling H.D. Kumaraswamy a power thief. So it seems like the Congress party as well here, after the NDA switch that the JDS did and Mr. Kumaraswamy did, seems to be making even Kumaraswamy a target. Even that's something that he could say as well. And in fact, he has said it.
Wait, when Mr. Kumaraswamy has come out and regretted, saying, yes, for their Diwali celebrations, for the decoration of their house, they have drew power from the outside source, from a public electric pole. Why would we be targeting Mr. Kumaraswamy? An FIR has been filed. It would have happened to any other citizen if they had done that, not just Mr. Kumaraswamy. Why would we be and there is evidence that he has done it, and he has accepted that he has done it. Let Mr. Kumaraswamy come out with some evidence. In fact, our chief minister has said he will retire from politics if there is any solid evidence against what he is actually, laying these allegations against the chief minister. Let him come up with the evidence. He can't just come up with some random recording of a phone call, some random person recording one-sided phone call and assuming what they're speaking. I don't think this is even a topic.
Okay, Mr. Imran Pasha, respond to that. Without any evidence, not the first time, the JDS continues to make these baseless allegations as a charge. Mr. Pasha, what's the evidence?
I'll go with the allegation. What Congress spokesperson have told now. There are two things I need to point out here. One is she first told that Vivekananda. He was asking in the call to Mahadevappa, who is Vivekananda karke. He don't know. Being in charge of the Varuna constituency, being the in charge who are working on behalf of MLA, on behalf of his father constituency, he don't know who is Vivekananda. Then she was telling that she is a BO, he is a BO who is the in charge over there. So there are miscommunication. When he's having the officers who is having there is a proper protocol who needs to go accordingly, work accordingly. He's crossing, he's not following that protocol. And the way how he speak with his father, and he's asking his father to hand over the call to the Mahadevappa, I'll check with him karke. Is this the respect? Forget about the chief, forget about the father. He is a chief minister of Karnataka. If you can have that call, if you can listen that audio, he is speaking directly. Please hand over it to Mahadevappa. I'll talk to him karke. So we should understand that what kind of situation is just Siddaramaiah ji has just become a MLA, but the actual constituency is running by the Yathindra. And one more thing, she was telling that he's just taking care of his father's work. Definitely he's taking care, but not his father's work. He's taking care of the work of his followers, his members. who are ready to contribute to him, who are ready to support him, who are ready to go with his voice. He is supporting to them. He is not supporting to the ordinary people of that constituency. And one more thing, I would like to bring it to here, since the topic is not related, but she speak about that topic. That's why I want to talk to that topic. If you can see, this is one of the cheap, one of the cheap what the Congress party can do. They don't have any strong evidence against the Kumaraswamy. You can see, being the two-time chief minister of Karnataka, do you really think a person need to take the electricity? He is not eligible to pay that. They don't have, just they want to spoil the image of Kumaraswamy just because
I don't want to go into that debate because it's a completely different topic altogether. Yes, we touched down upon it, but there are two sides to
this
it,
is one of the
Mr. Pasha.
correct.
Because
I
he
too
is,
don't
yes,
like
he's a
to go.
two-time
I
chief
too
minister.
don't like to go. But
It's not the question of whether he can afford it or not.
If this is a comedy,
He of course has said it was a private
anything,
contractor
one of
who's
the
done it, but the
cheapest
question
comedy
is,
ever I have here.
didn't anybody not notice it from his house or his office? So I'm not going to delve into that. But I want you to respond, Bhavya, but I want you to hold on because Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda has wanted to come in. Let her make a point and then you respond.
In less than 6 months, Congress government has lost totally its credibility. It is in the news for us malgovernance, misgovernance, and it is presumably be ready with the caste census, the most controversial piece, caste census. They'll definitely prove fatal to the very existence of the government, and they are on the anvil of their destruction. And they should come out with the governance and new innovative ideas to deliver to the people of Karnataka, those who voted them to power. They have promised them freebies. Let them do at least first and let them implement properly. Let them maintain the fiscal prudence. Let them have ethics in their governance. They should prove their mettle now. It is the time for them to prove them innocence.
Okay, Bhavya, respond to Mr. Pasha firstly. Bhavya, if you can hear me, if you're on mute, please unmute yourself and go ahead. Okay, I seem to have lost a line there. I'll come back to you, Bhavya. If you can hear me now, I'll go to Mr. Grover because I want another aspect to be discussed here. Mr. Grover, in a situation like this, while you have allegations and you have a defense that's coming in, many would say whether the right way forward is a thorough investigation into it. Do you feel that this particular incident warrants an investigation? And what sort?
Well, one thing, Deepak, we know now the political parties understand very well that offense is the best form of defense. So, what is visible over here is that each party is only throwing allegations at each other and nobody is actually concerned about the way the people look at it. Even if there is a power theft of small level, it only encourages more people, And when there is a public personality like H.D. Kumaraswamy, if there's an allegation of power theft made against him, it is not that, he has come out and regretted that, some of his enthusiastic party workers did it. I'm sure it's not H.D. Kumaraswamy who stole power. It's some of his party workers or someone who went ahead and, boldly did what they did. So this is something which has to be condemned. And, this entire gamut of the way Yathindra was behaving in public, or, there is an allegation of, power theft against H.D. Kumaraswamy, the political parties have to come out and show that they're cleaner than, or, they are the real role models that they want their followers to actually follow. And unfortunately, we do not see that happening in the present day politics, where somebody comes up and owns moral responsibility and says, okay, this was a mistake. This is not the way the government or the governance has to function. And, let's all follow rules, abide by rules, and, then make it an example for citizens to follow rules. That unfortunately is missing. And that is where, India would be a better place, or maybe where role models come out of the political parties, because politicians have the largest following in this country. And, these kind of things are not what we want to see our present day politicians do, be it Yathindra or H.D. Kumaraswamy or anybody else. So while, there is trading of charges, which we see left, right and center, but the fact is, it does no solution. So a proper investigation, certainly not something that, is being made out, but clearly the behavior of the person itself in trying to show his influence or clout I know this man is my father. I can pick up the phone and think. That is something which is a behavioral problem. It is not something which needs an investigation at least.
Okay, now Bhavya, if you could hear me, I think you've heard multiple aspects that you need to respond to. And since, of course, you have been saying that this is a very clear-cut case where he's talking about CSR funds. Now, if the demand comes in for a thorough probe into this, is the Congress open to it, and also respond to what Mr. Pasha said earlier?
First of all, if they come up with any logic behind this allegation, we will definitely be open for an investigation. But we all know this is only to cover up the embarrassment that caused yesterday or the day before this. It's as simple as that. Second, I would like to respond to the JDS spokesperson when he said why Mr. Yathindra didn't know who Mr. Vivekananda was. Come on, don't tell me the MLAs know every government worker, government servant, or the officers who work in their constituency by names. I don't think any of those MLAs know every government officers who work in their constituencies. That would be, so basically he's saying miscommunication. He mentioned the word miscommunication. Is miscommunication equal to corruption? Or just not knowing the name of an officer? Is there evidence to say that Vivekananda that they're mentioning is not the BO but someone else who needs a transfer? Like, what kind of logic is this? I honestly believe JDS has already lost its credibility in Karnataka. In this, excitement of reinstating their credibility or getting back at the opposition party, which took away their share of vote, they're actually losing more credibility, and this will only affect them in the parliamentary elections. We as a Congress party, we are giving a clean government. We know it very well because neither did the pen drive come out, neither did he give it to the media as promised by him, nor did he give it to the government to start an investigation. He can't keep coming every day morning, bringing a new topic, alleging one or the other ministers, sometimes the chief minister himself, and then walking out of it. Show me one case which Mr. Kumaraswamy has taken it to a logical end. Not one. He just wants to come, create an issue, make it a news, bring some embarrassment to the government, and then walk out of it. Show me one issue which he has taken to a logical end. Why is he not able to do that? He's the ex-chief minister of Karnataka. Isn't he capable of doing that? He has a lot of followers.
Mr. Imran Pasha, quickly respond, because the charges come in time and again that, H.D. Kumaraswamy indulges in hit and run.
And form a proper governance.
Not one logical ending.
Mr. Pasha, quickly respond to that, because I'll have to wrap. I'm short of time. Hit and run is a charge that keeps coming back to haunt Mr.
About
Kumaraswamy.
the evidence, about
Where
the
is the pen drive?
case, definitely.
Where is the evidence to this is the question that the Congress is asking.
Definitely will come with more evidence, with more accurate evidence. That is what I am telling. Definitely we will come up with more evidence, with more accurate evidence before disclosing our evidence only. The people of Congress party themselves are getting present in front of the public, and Karnataka people are too aware about this, and they will also decide what's going on. And about the Congress government and about blaming whatever the allegations what Kumaraswamy or the other party members have done, we have not come up. We are still waiting for the opportunity, and we are still giving an opportunity to actually Congress party to
Mr.
form
Imran
a
Pasha
correct
says
government,
the JDS will come up and come up with evidence. Mr. Grover was making a very interesting point that whether such conversation should even be held with the Chief Minister just because Mr. Yathindra is a son. Several aspects, of course, have been spoken about. The allegation has been made. The defense, of course, we brought to you, the viewers. Now for you, it's time to guess and, of course, come to a conclusion as to what you make of this particular video with all the opinions that the panelists have put forth. I thank Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda, Bhavya, Imran Pasha, and also Mr. Grover for joining us on this debate. With that, we're slipping in a quick break. News and updates continue. Stay with us.